Now, let's get into it. Okay, choose your name. Well, of course, his name is going to be Marlonxiii, Brante. And let's go with the default options because I am not trying to get like any hardcore achievements. So let's start. And the story goes like this. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm, where people are divided into states. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often, you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you choose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
The life and suffering of Sir Brante. Let me just lower the music a little tiny bit, as well as the sound. Okay, yeah, looks good. Chapter 1. At the End of Time. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows rapid. Your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth, whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is naught but a simple cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life, and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice. All of it led you here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory. The pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now, on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial questions of all. Your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by the forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? Okay, we have our first decision here. The man himself, your life has always been yours to live, you made your own destiny. The world around him, your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you live. A higher power, your destiny was forged by a power greater than your own will. And there is no destiny. Destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. Okay, personally, I'm between the first, probably the second, and the fourth one. Then again, the fourth one, I don't know, it doesn't click to me. I don't feel too sure about this one, so I'm gonna say the man himself. You are your own master of your own destiny. You can hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny, other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserve. Only you can answer for it. Seems pretty straightforward. I like that. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Brante will live once more. Awesome, let's go into it. Okay. 0 years, childhood. Chapter 1, Childhood. The year is 1118. Or 1118, for short. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet, you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Prologue. Growing up. In chapters, childhood, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of Prologue, You will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Marlon Brante grow up to be? It's your call. Okay. Personal life. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Okay. The fencing lesson. You dare to study fencing, like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. Okay. Train with father. Determination has to be equal or more than 4. Okay. Beyond. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Okay. Insight. You experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and the lots of its inhabitants. Perception equal or more than 4. Stay with the ants. Okay, so we need perception and determination. Nobleman's Sacrament. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Willpower equals or more than 0. Is the sword. Okay. Your personal qualities at this age determine which choices you may take. Determination, your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Perception represents how attentive you are to other people and the world around you. Your ability to comprehend and learn. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Personality, your inner strength and the number of lesser deaths that you have experienced. These qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Okay. Willpower, your remaining inner strength and readiness for action. You spend it on difficult choices. 0 to 9, ready for action. 10 to 19, full of power. Okay. Deaths. After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. Oof, okay. So it is better to be on the gods' good side, huh? The sections that open in this chapter. Destiny screen is now available. Okay. Alive. Events, okay. Personality screen is now available. This is me. Age, state, occupation, deaths. Perception, okay. The House of Brante. Okay. Reputation, wealth, unity. Heir. Family screen is now available. Robert Brante, my grandfather. Okay, Robert Brante, my father. She died through death. Oh, okay. Stefan's birth mother, she died while giving birth to him. Okay. Okay. Lydia Brante, my mother. Gloria, my sister. Stefan is my half-brother then, okay. Wait, so that means legitimate daughter of your... Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so they are both half-brothers and sisters, okay. Begin chapter. Alright, let's get to it. See what this game has to offer us. I already forgot pretty much about the first time I played it. Okay, birth. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then, a wheel breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you are lying on your bed, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them, the ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and empathic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never-ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is to the very will to live that is now growing even stronger within you. Okay. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Okay, what was willpower? Readiness for action. Spend it on difficult choices. Okay, if it's going to give me plus 10 if I smile at the shadow, that's quite a lot. The other one will give me determination or perception. Right now I have 0. What should I do? What are my events here? Okay, determination, willpower. Okay. Let's smile at the shadow. Look at the willpower. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. The shadow brings a finger to its lips, as if to say, there, baby, don't cry, this is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. Okay. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? I hope I made the right choice there. I don't know how useful will it be to have willpower so early. Okay, at least later on I will not have the need to be looking for choices that keep me willpower. It's kind of like a resource management game, in a way. Hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. Robert Brante. Hello there, little Marlon. Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you and pinch you and toss you in the air. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, cause you were born a commoner. Oh, you bastard. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Marlon, let's go play in the yard. Awesome, I like it. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at it. Why are you staring at this shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I wanna play hide and seek. It's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? Then you hide him and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place, the ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You have been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Oh my god. Help me! Cry loudly. Nah. Find your way home. Determination +1. Sit there and wait. You start playing with leaves and twigs and little bugs. Yeah. The bush is covered with leaves swaying into the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground, you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They are so funny. One of the bugs crawls on your finger and bites it, just enough to sting a little. Ow! You hear bricks, steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her finger with a bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up and puts you onto her chest and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. Perception +1. Okay. Okay, 1 year has passed. The Great Descent. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the Great Descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Okay, Mom. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys here, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing there but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that your mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twigs came down to earth, they brought lots for every beer. Let us count them. 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born. To the day when you pass on, know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Marlon? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are low-born. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard, understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everyone. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk about to the twins and then teach everyone. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing that song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Okay, Gloria is swaying to the song. Unaware of what is happening, she sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? Okay, give me one quick second. My cat wants to get out. Never mind, he just wanted more food. But he has to wait until tomorrow. Okay, so determination and perception. Nah, I'm gonna sing the last line wrong because that is kind of stupid. Gloria, know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. Oh, that is not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrugged, quite pleased with your cleverness. Okay, now I am 3 years old. You are starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through a great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age, together with mother. You read and learn by the heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of the holy light that shines in the sky all day and night. But the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. When father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting, and father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a nobleman of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. Oh, believe me bro, it is terrifying to grow up. The lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see mother's shoes walking to and from on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, Marlon? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. You bastard. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You're my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot. And the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Accept your punishment. Oh wow, willpower? Mine is 5. I thought it was only going to be like 1 point or something. Mother will be grateful. Relation with the fan will be +1. Nah. Let's go with determination. You break out of Mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry. And if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, Marlon. You are born a commoner, my son. Power and will is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble son. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. You're flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is the only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. Gloria's rhymes. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on the walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Marlon, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Oh, they just didn't close the quotes, okay. So she's saying all of that. Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See? I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it's mine. But today, your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you on the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You're absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. Praise the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny, and I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble. But that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to to this scene, unsure of how to act. Okay. Complain about your sister. Nah, let's go with comfort your sister. Yeah. I could have gotten another point of perception if I had 2 points. But I don't want to complain about her either. Yeah, let's just go with comfort. Crap. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't messes up my options in the future. Mother leaves. The last of your sisters. Poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault. Say, what Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me? Really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Marlon, you're the best little brother in the world. The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets always. Awesome. And I got minus willpower. Okay. Nothing to worry about. 4 years. Mother is in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. One day, you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they are brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that, you'll understand when you're older. How is that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you are a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you are there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Shh, bruh. That's bullshit. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Who cares about that guy? Oof. Your siblings, Stefan and Gloria, took their first sacrament at the temple. 11:22. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here and excited. You promise yourself that you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him, oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stefan together, and help Mother together, and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day, you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents named your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She is so worn out, she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You'd better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's bedroom. You make her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Marlon, you're bothering me. She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn, she can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already, when are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You're scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. Okay. Run up to Mother to calm him down. What did I need for this? Oh, great. Oh, so I had to accept the punishment for Stefan's thing. Okay. Snatch Nathan from Mother. Nathan will be grateful. Redirect her anger to yourself. Now 2. Let's get it 2 plus 3. Mother keeps shaking Nathan violently, and you cannot stay away any longer. He is no longer bawling, he's shrieking. Just leave me alone! But then out comes your voice, so loud it drowns out her cries. No, it is not Nathan's fault, Mother. You're just tired. Please do not do anything to my little brother. You have to punish somebody. Punish me instead. He's too young. He won't understand. Your mother freezes and looks at you, her eyes 2 narrow slits. Her stare is cold and full of pure wrath, so pure you cannot feel but recoil in her fear. I'm sorry, so pure you cannot help but recoil in fear. Are you trying to teach me how to take care of a child? Are you giving me lessons on calming a newborn baby? You're insolent, insipid, nagging you know it all. It's time you learned your place. Ow. She puts Nathan on the bed sheets, then moves towards you. You step back, but a closed door blocks your way. She slaps you across the face, your ears ring from the heavy blow, and your cheek burns from her wrath. You wince and close your eyes, expecting a second slap, but nothing comes. Nothing but Mother's heavy breath and Nathan's shrill cries. Then there's a knock at the door. You step aside. Father walks in. He looks like you clutching a reddened cheek at the bawling baby. No, at the bawling baby, at Mother, her eyes red with rage and tears, her breath heavy and ragged. Go to your room, son. I'll join you soon. You do as you're told. Back in your room. You press your aching cheek against the cold window, hurt and dazed by what just happened. Soon enough, Nathan stops crying. You hear Father's heavy footsteps in the hallway. He comes into your room and sits on the bed next to you. Son, please do not be angry with your mother. The twins know she wishes nobody any harm. This is a difficult time for her, but we will make it through it as a family. You stepped up to protect your brother. You acted like a little nobleman today. I am proud of you. Your mother and Nathan are resting now. How bad does it hurt? You shake your head, not bad, but your hand still aches to clutch the cheek. Father embraces you with a sorrowful smile and gingerly pats you on the head as you press your forehead into his housecoat. Things grow calm now. The trouble has passed, and you're quietly happy. Your younger brother Nathan is born. Okay, 5 years. You wake up to father's touch on your shoulder. He is finally back home after a long trip. Marlon, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. The fan wants to come with you too, but father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is sure to hear this, but stays quiet. Heh, sucker! An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets. A pleasant wind tussles your hair. Your city is called Anisoto. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our god's own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to a city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You have never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strength. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. Oh no. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me! He hit me! A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. Then you feel your own father's hand on your shoulders. What happened? You press against father. Your mind more at ease now. He will protect you. Yes, you shot the boy to the floor in front of everyone. But he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Marlon? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Deny your guilt? Nah. Tell him the truth. Admit your guilt. Yeah, let's go for determination. It isn't fair to blame you without letting you speak too. You didn't want to shop the stupid boy. He was the one who shopped you first. But the angry nobleman, the boy's father, will not let you finish. Nobody cares a whit for your so-called truth, little lowborn. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. Your father nods in agreement to these words, no matter how sad they may make him. They lead you and the nobleman's son out of the shop. You are told to bow to him and show humility. A bad feeling sends a shiver down your spine. With a satisfied grin on his face, the boy swings his arm and slaps you on the cheek. He strikes you again and again. Enough! He got what he deserved. We are leaving. Get out of our way. Your head is swimming from the heavy blows. You return to your senses back into your bed, with serpents treating your face. Father stays by your side all day. The morning after, you find a little box on your bed with the tin soldiers of the Holy Orders inside. You pay dearly for your stubbornness. Yeah, I mean, I have determination. What can I say? Father's sword. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Awesome. When Father is not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard, practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. Give me a second to check my... Okay. I still need to save up some willpower to challenge the Sacred Order. I don't think I'll make it to get this one. Because I need Perception 4 or higher, and I only have 1. And I am close to finishing this chapter, as far as I know. Okay, it is a new day. Wait, what? You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day today, and Father has been busy in his study since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty, and you spot your father's sword hanging by the yard door. You must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, but then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last, you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired. But at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as a thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back, the blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do is make the blood flow faster. Marlon, what are you doing here? The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arms rip off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day you might have a chance to earn the right to carry a weapon. First, you must have patience and study and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself. Oh. You rarely spend time with Father without someone else around. There is paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder rarely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says, but how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn Father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? Willpower minus 10? Oh, shoot. No, I need to have willpower. Okay, we do not need that right now, and we missed the chance to increase our relation with our father, so let's go with this. That way we can get more willpower, plus get some reputation with father. You take a deep breath, then slowly and solemnly swear that you will never touch a sword again until you earn a nobleman's title. This promise is a difficult one for you to make. No more secret fights with an imaginary blade, no more battles with sticks. If you get your word, you must keep it. Father smiles at you warmly. It is one thing to make a promise, and another thing to keep it. But I know you can do it, my son. You are on your way to becoming a man of your word. Let's go back inside now. He picks up the sword and leads you back into the house. You wash the blood from the cut and agree to keep this a secret from everyone. Then father asks you to come into his study with him. He tells you stories of his studies in the capital. He tells you about studying for the judgeship and the trials he had to face to be ennobled by the mantle. Oh, that's right, he was a commoner as well, until he married a noblewoman. Father brings several toy soldiers from the house. He uses them to reenact the famous Battle of the Green River. The floor of the study becomes a battlefield, and the books from his table turn into riverside hills. You try your best to remember his every word. Relations +1. Sympathy. We got willpower, awesome. Okay, so 2 more years until I reach the next chapter, I guess. Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, his home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden, and now at dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together, with father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny, sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table, no fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile off father's face until a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Anisot. He is the head of our family, my father. Your grandfather Gregor Brante returned to the family home from the capital. I think it's bad news. Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan. The entire Brante family stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gowned old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been away far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. The children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They are being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servant to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at the crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in Mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? Tin soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the tin warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into a roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. Okay. Willpower +5. Wait, what? Oh. Conditions not met, perception 4. Oh. Rescue your tin warriors. Gregor Brante +1. Determination +1. Okay. Burst into tears? Nah. Right, grandfather. Oh shoot! I will die! +1 determination, +1 perception, +1 death. Nah. I mean, it's both 1 point for perception and 1 for determination, but the 1 death is not worth it because I know that there's another death coming up still in the childhood state or adolescence, so yeah, no. Plus this one gives me a relation point with grandpa, so let's go with this one. You run to the fire and take the box out. The wood is hot to the touch and the edges are burnt. The pain comes slowly. Horrible burns on your hands appear a few moments later. Mother gasps loudly. Then suddenly, a heavy blow strikes you on the back. You turn around to see grandfather towering over you, his walking stick in hand. You stare back at him defiantly. defiantly. How dare you defy me, whelp? You are nobody! Furious, grandfather wrenches the toy box out of your hands and leaves the room. Father follows him immediately, yet he sneaks in a hidden smile for you before he's gone. Hell yeah, Dad! Okay, where's the Brante family? Oh, so I was at -1? Good. Well, at least he's now indifferent to me, so that's good. I need a way to increase my perception as well. I don't want to leave it like that low. Okay. Soon, grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Archean Empire. You often distract yourself from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your elder brother. Too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles, and he is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I have been studying with my peers. We are learning how to live as nobles in a noble society. We are also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stefan now at the boarding school, grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. Ah, come on. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask mother where he lived before. In Eterna, she says, but now his place is here. Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same. This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of the nobility. Some days, grandfather stays home, and on those days, you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. Food is there, but you can't bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She has been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table, where nobody used to sit before. Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent their sacraments. Brante, please, let them live free of the lot for a while longer. They are but... Shut up! Shut your mouth. Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you consider a real marriage, Robert, one to a woman of the proper station. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down mother's cheek. Father does not look away from the plate. His hands clench into fists. Baroness L. Lodar is one such woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suing for her inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your low-born Lydia around if you like. Servant, mistress, I don't care. I will not do that, father. I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of a beautiful Ameliel born for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? But now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me. Father nods curtly, trying not to look in mother's direction. Father, I wish to see Stefan. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared. Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms. He needs to speak with mother in private. Father comes to your room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the woolen blanket. He distances himself from you after Stefan's departure, though you are not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There is a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Emma Elodar will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. Equal or more than 0. Okay. On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She has been crying, and for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets, your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard, and a pair of dainty heels hum clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still, hearing grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes the hand of Lady Elodar and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother. Baroness, allow me to introduce you to Robert's son, Marlon and Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest Stefan who deserves the most attention. But currently he is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day. Yeah, shut up, you hypocrite. Grandfather eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here, next to your mother, your father's rightful wife? I don't have enough perception. Wait, Robert Brante grateful? Wait, oh, he only has sympathy? Shoot, dude. Damn. Oh, but my reputation would have gone down. Oof. Maintain your composure. Okay. Walk away with Mother. Reputation -1. Perception +1. Treat the Baroness politely. Oh, this one only takes down my willpower, so... let's go with this one. Okay, represents how close and trusting your family is, reflects the fate of your family members. Okay, reputation, honor of your family, and your position in high society. It affects how the nobility treats your family. Okay. You follow Father's example and kiss the Baroness' fingers gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. You gallantly offer to lead her to their sitting room. Lady Elodar graciously agrees. Behind your back you can hear Mother sobbing. Oh, sorry, Mom. Wish I could have done something else. Grandfather and Baroness Elodar engage in small talk over dinner. She tells him of the woes of litigation over her late husband's inheritance, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is mostly silent, only getting in a word or two. You do your absolute best to behave yourself. After the decorous farewells to Lady Elodar, Father quietly thanks you for your model behavior. The morning after he leaves for Eterna with Grandfather to visit Stefan. Mother spends almost an entire day in her bedroom. Cannot bring yourself to speak to her. Oh. Father returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently Grandfather has already poisoned Stefan's mind against him, and he greeted Father with a cold hostility. The name of Baroness Elodar is never mentioned in the house again. Okay. I have affection from Father and indifference from Grandfather. And we tried it reputation for unity. Okay. One more year to go. Father now checks on your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stefan had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear these words from your father of all people. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. Feels lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with a strange tooth. Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you? You ask. Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says that they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way, that's it. She shows you the strange tube she has been holding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors. They mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You're riding at the front of the fiery horseman, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. The patterns are unending, descriptive and calm and peaceful. Just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold radiating gentle warmth, like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again, you see your family in these interconnecting figures, as they come together and break apart. And in the middle of this golden glow, you see Gloria's green eyes, gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. The books are abandoned, and time slips away unchecked. But you are still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again. But you cannot preserve it, no matter how you try. You are caught in an inner conflict. There is so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works? or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you. But you still have lessons to do today. Okay, perception +1, willpower -5. Keep looking through the kaleidoscope, +10 willpower. Return to your studies. I don't know, I feel if I take it apart, it's going to get mad at me. Ah, shoot, I'm gonna do it. I need perception points. You examine the kaleidoscope as curiosity overtakes you. There is something strange rumbling around inside it. It has to be a mystery of some kind. You're dying to figure it out, itching to understand how it works. You rip away the wooden cylinder on the wide end of the kaleidoscope. Inside, you see 3 elongated mirrors, put together to form a triangle. A transparent glass shield falls out onto your knees. A bunch of glittering tiny glass bubbles scatter on the table. There was nothing infinite inside it, you realized. It was just a clever trick. With a heavy heart, you go to your sister's room and confess to breaking the kaleidoscope. Gloria is sad, but not angry with you. She asks you to promise never to take things apart again. You promise. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He has become something you are used to, something nagging, yet not unordinary, like a splinter or a stain on your trousers. The tension still remains, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable, it's almost things for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap lightly on the shoulder. She is startled. "Oh, it's you, Marlon. Look, Sir Gregor is eating something." Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Inside the bowl, you see candied fruit, a sweet confectionery forbidden to the common state, like all sweet things. Yet grandfather's face shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-born treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, but next comes curiosity, and it is stronger. The family used to boast that candied fruit tastes incredible, and now you have a perfect opportunity to try it. You try a candied fruit first, the sugar starts to melt as soon as you put it on your tongue. It is so sweet! You have never eaten anything as good as this. You take the whole bowl off the shell and give it to your sister. She takes a fruit and brings it to her mouth, carefully, like a rare treasure. Oh my god. There is a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by the knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea why, but grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you, but she is frozen in place with the bowl in her hands. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm. "You squalid, ungrateful, lowborn child! How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your trollop of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble state, not for the likes of you. Did you forget your lot?" His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right next to where you are hitting. Her fingers glisten with the warm melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, but then he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt him, Sir Brante. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed, unlike you. You can still avoid your punishment. What is it then, Milksop? Did you try the sugar too, or were you trying to stop this piece of filth like she says? Okay. Tell the truth, perception +1. Shoot. Willpower equal or bigger than 0. Oof. Let's go with this one. You stand up and tell the truth, even though it takes you an effort to do it. You actually ate a candied fruit, but Gloria only touched it. You hope this will help your sister avoid punishment. You are quickly proven wrong. Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and then he leaves you where you are. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find two of you on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You are badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts on the laws and how important it is to follow them. Then you stand before father and grandfather and swear never to take things that do not belong to you again. The sacrament. Okay. Father and mother have been focused on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you are told to say your prayers, wash your hands and faces, and get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament. Mother, I want to go play in the yard. No playing today. You and Marlon are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want a lot. Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get a chance to earn a noble lot. Father and mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry, he starts whining. Grandfather is the last to get in the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon, the carriage is moving along the streets of Anisot, slowly and solemnly. One more turn, and you see the colossal white building marked with two massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. You enter the gate and walk under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into two halls. They are drastically different one from another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, while the floor on the other side is made of smooth marble. The commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit on the pews. Father and grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone on the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the lowborn estate shall suffer in the house of the faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip on the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. It is like this place. He is sacred. Oh, he is scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in uneasy anticipation. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the sword before him and recites the words of his lot. From this day forth, he will fight and rule and pursue the arts, his mind now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he knows belongs to the. I'm sorry, it's too much reading. His mind is now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free, but the acolyte pulls him towards the altar and throws him on the jagged floor on the low-borne side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, raindrops of red around him. I don't want to, Marlon. Why do they want to whip me? What did I do? You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure and work and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labor and humble in obedience to thy rulers. And now cometh thy first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself towards Mother, his knees torn and bloody, his spirit broken. It is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below, so sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down, and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. Oh, my throat. It stings. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true suffering by the sacred lash. Dost thou accept thy lot? Okay. Oh, he's gonna bring my perception down to minus 1. Willpower -10. Shoot. Okay. Willpower. Let's go with this. I'm gonna lose 1 point of perception, but okay. The whip slices through the air, about to strike, but your eyes are transfixed by the blade the priest holds in his other hand. Jump up and away, the lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands. It cuts into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloodied fingers. You look him straight in the eye. I am Marlon of House Brante. The priest freezes in shock. You seize the moment to pull the sword closer and kiss the smooth, cold blade. You hear cries of outrage amongst the churchgoers. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked with fear. Father remains still, baffled by what you may have done, by what you have just done. But grandfather looks at you intently, as though truly seeing you for the first time. There is a semblance of respect in his gaze. You're forced back to the commoner's place at the altar. The acolyte seizes you by the arms and legs and keeps your face bent closely to the bloody jagged stones to the floor. The lash strikes your right shoulder, then your left shoulder. Then you are told to rise. You are a commoner. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing shame to your family. Nathan holds your hand as you walk, his tearful face a mixture of confusion and awe as he looks into your eyes. But you do not feel as though you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. And now I am exhausted. You have taken your first sacrament and received the commoner's lot. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Year 1125. Childhood's end. The mark left on you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it is a reminder of your love, suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is the lot you were born into. But Father keeps telling you to study hard so you may yet earn a different lot and become noble of the mantle. You recall the past with warm sadness, when Stefan still lived with you, or when he wrote to you for a time shortly after he left. Now he thinks it beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly before Nathan was born. But most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learned the true power of the lot only after the head of the family's arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. Is this just him, or is it the way of the entire world? The very thought makes you queasy. We are older now, and what's more, you are an elder brother now. You have learned how to care about someone else, how to teach and protect. Soon you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, play gradually gives you way to a laborious study. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre and ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Okay, and this was it for chapter 1. We ended up with determination 6, resolute, perception 2, here is, willpower minus 10, and I do not have any deaths for now. Okay, what's next? Chapter 2 already?
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Chapter 2, Adolescence. Okay, this is where I am going to be leaving the stream. For this game, at least. I cannot exit. Okay, I can. To get to the main menu, your game will be saved automatically. You will be able to continue from the last scene. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to leave this game as it is for now. I'm gonna try to do one chapter per stream. But I'm only going to be streaming on Tuesdays this game, just to keep a little bit of variety on the stream. And because my voice cannot do more than 1 hour of reading and talking. So yeah, this is going to be also going to YouTube, so I'm going to leave this game as it is. And yeah, we are going to change over to maybe some Batman Arkham Knight. So we'll be right back.